All right. What do confident people have that we don't? And why does imposter syndrome exist in the first place? I'm going to answer these questions in 3 specific ways that can give you 3 actionable tips to get over imposter syndrome, because I struggle with it, and I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you've struggled with it. So what is imposter syndrome and how can we fix it? Think about what that word means, imposter. I shouldn't be here. I feel shame about being here. I'm not worthy of being here. It could be in a relationship. I'm not worthy of this attractive of a partner. I'm not worthy of in business. I'm not worthy of earning this much money. I shouldn't have this much status. I shouldn't have this many followers. I shouldn't have this. I'm an imposter. It's this feeling like I'm a fraud, right? And I'll tell you where it started for me. For me, it started all the way back in high school. People thought I was cool. I was a popular kid. But that's what the external world was. On the internal world, I felt like an imposter. I felt like a fraud. I didn't think I deserved all the attention. And in fact, I was afraid of having all that attention for fear of if I fuck up, I might get judged. But what did I do? I conformed. I allowed myself to be somebody I wasn't, and sometimes was overconfident to prove myself to get accepted. But on the inside, I felt so insecure, so anxious, so shy. And that's what imposter syndrome is all about. It's about on the inside, you feel different than what's on the outside. There's a mismatch that's happening. And I hated that feeling. And by the way, how tiring is it to pretend to be somebody you're not? How tiring is it to conform to people's expectations of how you should be? It's one of the worst experiences, one of the worst patterns to adopt and to train in our life. We should be training new patterns, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. But how did I get over that? How did I let go of imposter syndrome? But before I tell you, I should say, am I completely over it? To be honest, no, I'm not. And I'm not going to tell you that I'm perfect at feeling great about myself, because sometimes I do feel like an imposter still. But that's okay. I don't think it's as much about completely never feeling it again. I think it's more so about what to do when these thoughts come up. That's what I'm going to share with you today. So I started to push myself. That's one of the keys, is pushing your limits to overcome imposter syndrome. And I got into this guy named David Goggins, if you haven't heard of him. David Goggins is this crazy military dude who pushes himself like a motherfucker. And what he said really hit me. He said, the people that you put on a pedestal, the people that you look up to, they're just as fucked up as you. They're just better at hiding it than you are. They're just better at hiding it. So I want you to think about somebody right now. Who do you look up to? A celebrity, a business owner, a coach, someone in your profession or industry, someone who's just attractive or has a lot of followers on Instagram? Who do you look up to? Who do you sometimes compare yourself to and feel jealous? And just be honest. All right, you're not telling anybody, just be honest with yourself. Whoever you put up on that pedestal, they have the same fears as you, they have the same insecurities as you. They may not be exact, but I promise you, they're not a perfect person. I promise you, they feel the fear of not being enough or not being loved, and sometimes they don't do the right thing. Sometimes they get stressed and they lash out and they're mean to somebody. Sometimes they fuck up or make a mistake or don't give as much value as they could. Sometimes they're selfish, right? We're all human beings. And I think when we get in our minds and we idolize someone or put someone up on a pedestal, we forget about who we really are, and we make ourselves small by making them big. Instantly, when we put somebody on a pedestal, we've instantly made ourselves small. It's okay to admire somebody, but not in like they're a better human being than me. They might be more skilled, they might have more energy, they might have more resources or connections, but it doesn't mean they're a better human being. And if you keep comparing yourself and saying, I'm worse, I suck, because they're up here, you just shot yourself in the foot. So here are 3 steps you can use to overcome imposter syndrome. And actually, I'm offering you guys a free training if you'd like, where I'm gonna go deep into these 3 things, but I'm just gonna share them with you here just in case you wanna go ahead and take action. The first one is this: realize it. Every moment when you have a thought that makes you feel like an imposter, or I'm not enough, or I should play small, or somebody else is on a pedestal, that's the moment when you realize it and choose to shift the pattern. And there's lots of things I'm going to share in this free training. I really recommend you go and watch it. It's going to be amazing, of how to actually do this, how to take that thought and switch it, let it go and switch it, so that you can change the habitual thought pattern. So imposter syndrome becomes way less present. The second thing you have to do is push your limits. Like if you call yourself, I'm a shy person, go crazy for 3 days. Get yourself way out of your comfort zone for 3 days. Because as you push your limits, you're gonna build confidence. As you overcome challenge, you're gonna build confidence. That's what I call real confidence. Not the external bravado or expression or tonality or body language. It's overcoming obstacles and what you experience about yourself. Did you do the right thing? Did you push yourself when you knew you didn't want to, but you did? Push your limits, it's gonna build confidence. And then the last thing is build a skill. Whatever you feel like you're an imposter in, go to that exact thing and build a skill. So for example, for me, I'm a coach. So I'm all about changing people's thought patterns, helping them change their emotional states, changing their behavioral patterns, and I use breathwork as a main modality. So what do? I study breathwork, how it relates to the nervous system, how it affects our thought patterns, how to change our emotional states, like what to do. And when I study this, I feel more confident. In psychology, there's something called a competence-confidence loop. And in this loop, the more you do something, the more competent you get, the more confident you get. And so those are the three things, and I want you to think about those. Which one do you need the most? I recommend applying all three and creating a system to do that. But if you don't know where to start, I got a solution. Watch this free training. Like I said, it's absolutely free. One of the best trainings I've ever put together in my life, and I'm not just saying that. It's incredible. So give it a watch if you want to go deep into these things. It's going to be about 30 to 40 minutes. And it's going to be really powerful, really deep, and you're going to get some insights that you can instantly apply to start changing this in your life. Because come on, let's be honest, you deserve to live your dreams. You deserve to feel confident. You deserve to have the relationships you want. You deserve to just feel damn good, about yourself. I spent way too much time not feeling good about myself, judging myself. And that was just a crappy emotional state. And so I want you guys to have a great life, because we got one life on this spinning ball of rock. And so we're just going to spend it playing small and judging ourselves. Fuck that. Fuck that. So if you guys feel called, if you guys vibe, click the link, put your email in, get the access to this video, and change your whole freaking life. All right? Good luck, you guys.